This message is for you. Half the people who know you swear that you're an angel, sent from somewhere pure, someone who saved them, lifted them, loved them in ways that they didn't know existed. The other half, they'll swear on everything that they own that you're something darker, something dangerous, something that broke them and haunted them, changed them in ways that they'll never recover from. And the funniest part is that both sides are telling the truth. You see, the world is obsessed with binaries, good or bad, right or wrong, hero or villain. They need everything in neat little boxes with clear labels and predictable outcomes because ambiguity terrifies them. But you shattered that entire system just by existing. You're not good and you're not bad. You're context. You're the mirror that reflects back whatever someone brings to you. You're the test that they didn't know they were taking. You're the energy that matches theirs and amplifies it until they see themselves clearly. And some people see light. Some people see darkness. And both experiences are so intense that they walk away swearing that you must be something otherworldly. And maybe you are. But let's talk about the saints first. The ones who call you their savior, their light, their reason for still breathing. And they're not lying. They're not exaggerating. You genuinely pulled them from places that they thought they'd die in. You saw them when they were invisible to everyone else. You spoke life into dead parts of their soul with words that you didn't even think were that deep. You showed up when no one else did. And you didn't ask for anything in return. You gave them your time, your energy, your truth, your presence. And in that presence, they found pieces of themselves that they thought were lost forever. To them, you're not just good. You're proof that goodness still exists in a world that tried to convince them otherwise. But here's where it gets twisted. You didn't do it for recognition. You didn't do it for praise. You didn't do it to build some golden reputation. You did it because in that moment, with that person, it felt right. It felt aligned. It felt like the version of you that exists when no one's performing, when no one's watching, when it's just soul to soul. And that's the part that they respect. The fact that your kindness wasn't a strategy. It was just you, unfiltered, unguarded, and uncalculated. And now they walk around telling stories about you like you're some myth, some legend, some force of pure intention that changed the trajectory of their entire existence. And they're right. You did. Now let's flip the coin and talk about the ones who call you a monster, a manipulator, a nightmare that they can't escape. And here's the thing. They're not lying either. To them, you're dangerous. You're a mirror. You are the thing that broke their illusions, shattered their comfort, exposed their lies, and forced them to confront versions of themselves that they spent years hiding from. You didn't coddle them. You didn't let them stay small. You didn't validate their excuses or enable their patterns. You held up a mirror. And in that mirror, they saw their cowardice, their dishonesty, their weakness, their betrayal. And they hated you for it. Because it's easier to call you cruel than to admit that they couldn't handle the truth. You see, these people, they wanted the version of you that serves them, that bends, that forgives endlessly, that stays silent when they cross lines. But you didn't play that role. You set boundaries. You walked away. You said no. You stopped pretending. You stopped shrinking. And the moment that you stopped being controllable, you became the villain in their story. They needed you to be soft, digestible, forgiving, And when you weren't, when you matched their energy, when you showed them the consequences of their actions, they panicked. And panic turns into rage. And rage turns into slander. And slander turns into the narrative that you're something sinister, something cruel, something that destroys them. But let me ask you this. Did you destroy them? Or did you just stop protecting them from themselves? Did you hurt them? Or did you just stop letting them hurt you? Did you become a monster? Or did you just refuse to stay a victim? Because here's the truth that they'll never admit. You didn't change. They did. Or rather, you forced them to see who they always were, and they couldn't survive that revelation. So now they tell everyone who will listen that you're cursed, toxic, dangerous, a lesson learned the hard way. And in some twisted way, they're right. You are a lesson, just not the one that they think. And here you are, caught in the middle of two completely opposite stories, watching people argue over your character like it's some kind of courtroom trial. And you're not defending yourself. You're not explaining. You're not begging either side to understand. Because you've learned something that most people never will. Your truth doesn't need a defense. Your existence doesn't need validation. You are who you are. And that changes depending on who's looking, what they need and what they fear and what they're ready to face. You are a shapeshifter. Not because you're fake, but because your frequency is, see, you're a frequency, and frequencies don't have one form. And let me tell you what's really happening here. The people who call you an angel, they met you when they were broken and you gave them hope. The people who call you something darker, they met you when they were comfortable in their lives and you gave them truth. Both experiences were so powerful, so life-altering, so unforgettable that they can't talk about you without emotion. And that is your power. You don't leave people neutral. You don't fade into the background. You imprint. You mark. You change the frequency of every space that you occupy. And people either rise to meet that frequency or they shatter trying to resist it. And now you're walking through life like a living test. People see in you what lives inside them. The hurt see a healer. The liars see a threat. The brave see a mirror. The cowards see a weapon. The seekers see a guide. The lost see a ghost. And you're all of it, but none of it. Because you're not here to fit a narrative. You're here to dismantle the need for one. You're here to show people that someone can be kind and ruthless, gentle and unyielding, loving and detached, soft and sharp all at once. They wanted you to pick a side, be the good one or the bad one, but you refused. You exist in the tension, in the gray, in the space where real power lives. Keep going. Man, get y'all a shirt, man. Copy y'all a shirt, man. Support your boy, man. Link in the bio.